Good evening. All right, come to attention. Back. All right. So we're going to get started with. Hold on one second. Sorry about that. Kelly got caught on a phone call, and so I was planning on doing something a little bit different, but we'll have to do it this way. All right. So let's start with the set that we were working on quick form one. So start in that ready position. Bend your knees. Reach this hand over. As I turn into a cat stance, I do the middle block. As I finish the middle block, I immediately step into the punch. Bend your knees, reach. This is the big thing. As you turn into the cat stance, that's how you middle block. So the turn of your hips. Everybody practice that a little bit. Turn your hips, make the middle block turn. Keep at that for a second. All right, that looks good. Really try to use your leg, the ball and foot leg, to make that turn. Then what we want to work on is this happening exactly at the same time as the block. This hand gets back to your hip. And that triggers you to go forward into the punch. Here, turn, trigger, punch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. All right, hold that last position. Now we're going to turn and do it the other way. Put your foot back. Bring your hand over to your hip, and as you turn your hip around, that's the middle block on that side. And then into the punch. Start again from here. Put your foot back, practice the turn, and then into the punch. Again from here, put your foot back, practice the turn, into the punch. Ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 8, 9, 10. Okay. Raina, I want you to do the lunge kick punch on both sides, the beginning of attack form 4. So you need to back up where Sanjay is. I'll try to do it. Wait a minute, Raina. Unmute yourself. That's real good. Do it on the count. Everybody follow.
Okay.
Let's do the first 2 sets of attack form 4. Work on the ball of your foot and hitting the punch at the same time that your leg lands. Let's see yours one more time, Raina. Do it. So Raina's doing a great job on rebending her kick after the extension. So everybody work on that. All right, take the count, Raina.
1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, I messed up.
Okay.
Hi!
Thank you, Raina. Well done.
Thank you.
All right, Lenny. Unmute yourself for me.
Yes, sir.
All right, I want you to do from the catch, the vertical back fist from Seisok.
Yes, sir. Okay, so we catch on this side and into a cat stance, upper block, step forward, vertical back fist, turn your fist, pull back into a cat stance, heel down, cross step, front kick, rebend your kick, down into a front stance, punch, reach across, turn into a horse stance, back fist. Again.
Hold on, Lenny, before you start. You forgot the downward block after the front kick.
I'm sorry?
There's a downward block after that front kick.
Yes, sir.
And everybody else, pay real close attention to the precision of Dr. Kaplan on his vertical back fist, how he's turning his hand, the cat stance that he's coming back into. What we're doing is just selecting the set. I want everybody to work on precision. Okay. Let's do 10 repetitions on both sides.
Yes, sir. 1. Okay, set back up again. 2. Look the other way. Set up again. 3. Set up again. 4. Set up again. 5. Set up again. 6. Set up again. 7. Set up. 8. Set up. 9. Set up again for 10. This time Kia on each of the back fists. 10.
Thank you, Lenny. Great job.
Thank you, sir.
Sorry. Samhita. There you are. All right. Samhita, unmute yourself. And then I want you to do the middle of attack form 4, front kick, turning side kick, and then turn around and do defensive front kick, turning side. So do it sideways to the camera. No, sideways to the camera.
This.
Yeah.
1.
All right. Just the first 2 kicks.
Okay.
All right, hold on for a second. All right. Everybody pay attention. I have Samhita do this again. Watch your foot position. Do it.
1.
That's what we want to work on, that extension on that second kick. All right, Samhita's going to do it 10 times on this side, and then she's going to turn around and do the defensive front kick the other way.
2. 3. 4. Defensive front kick. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Great job, Sam. Here.
Thank you.
So again, I messed up. Here, Kelly's on the phone, so we're going to work on solid stance 1. And I can't see my image in the camera, so I'm thinking that I'm all on camera now. All right. The hard time that I have with solid stance 1 is teaching people which way to turn. So on the very beginning, I look to my left, and with my right foot, I step actually away from my left into a back stance. But when I did that, my right foot moved forward towards you, towards the camera. I do the block, and then I shift into the punch. Here's where the question comes, which way to turn. So the way I turn is I come towards the camera. I come towards you. I bring my left foot up to center, and then I step into a back stance away from my right, and then shift and punch. Then the next step is like attack form 1. I'm going to come up the middle, and I'm going to do a downward block towards the camera, and then 3 punches advancing forward towards the camera. All right, again, so I started here. First move, even though I'm doing a defensive move from my left. In actuality, I'm still coming towards the camera by stepping into the back. Then I shift and punch. Then I bring my left foot up to center, which brings me closer to the camera. Then I'm stepping away from my right and blocking into a back stance. Then I shift and punch. When I come up the middle, I step towards the camera. Now, I don't have enough room to do 3 punches, but each one of those punches advances me towards the camera. When I get to the top, the 3rd punch, I follow the same rule. I bring my back foot up to center, and I step away from my right, but towards the camera. Then I shift and punch. And again, I come towards the camera by coming up to center. And then I step away from my left, shift and punch. So I'm going to call that the top of the kata. So we kept moving towards the camera until we got to the top of the kata. From that point on, we do a downward block and do 3 punches coming back to where I'm standing. So from that point on, from the top of the kata till the end of the kata, we come back in this direction. So you're only moving in 2 directions, either in this case towards the camera or away from it. So again, first move, I look, I'm stepping away from my left, but in fact I'm stepping towards the camera by stepping into this back stance. Then I shift and punch. Everybody look at your precision and make sure you're punching right down the middle. Then back to center. And away from my right, but towards the camera. Shift and punch. All right, I'd like to watch everybody on that part. Just doing the first two upper block and punches. I want to see if you're moving in the same direction. When you turn, Sanjay, block with your right. That's it. No, that's your left. Block with your right. There you go. Ishwa. Unmute yourself, Ishwa. Do you know Fall Rang? You know
Yes.
Fall Rang, don't you?
Yes.
Let's see the beginning of it. Were you not? Okay, that's good. That's good. All right. Go ahead and do it again. Start the move. Up there. Okay. You're not.
Here?
Go to that upper block. Hold still. I'm going to show you, and then I'm going to let you count them through the repetition. Okay. So a lot of you know the pattern. So what we want to do is work on the precision of these moves. So let's start. This move is into a fourth stance. This push stops at the edge of the top. Then you double. And I'm going to cross my arms, and I'm not going to move my feet. I'm not going to pull them in or push them out. They're going to stay as far apart as they are. But I'm going to change it from a horse stance into a back stance. So when I brought my hands up, I shifted the stance into a back stance. Then this hand and this hand, how you know if you're doing this right is if your arms were long enough and they intersected, you would make a box. So this hand is at that would be 90-degree angle. So if you do this, that point where your hands would meet would be way up there. So it's like this. This is an upper block. This is a middle block. Then we're going to do an upper block with this punch. So this hand's going to come around and do an an uppercut punch. When I do that, at the very same time, this foot gets up and my body turns so that my chest is facing this way. And it turns back when I punch. Let me go over those details again. First, we step into a horse stance. That push ends with the end of your body. The two punches are right down the middle. Make sure your wrists are straight. Cross your arms. Change this stance into a back stance. Make sure you don't spread your arms out too far. Don't be casual about it. This hand should intersect with that hand if your arms are long enough. Then uppercut, turn your body, and turn your body back into the punch. All right, Kelly's going to do them with me. Let me let her get her belt on. Kelly's been wanting to go over this set with you, and she got busy on the phone, so that's why I started to do something different with her. She was on a phone call that she couldn't avoid. All right, so let's try it. Ready? 1. Good work, Kelly. All right, I'm going to count 10. Let me change this views here so I can see everybody. So we have an advanced class tonight. Everybody's purple belts and above. So that's why we're working on this precision of these pieces of the kata. So pay close attention to your hand position, where exactly these blocks are ending up, where the punch is ending up, what your stance looks like. All right, we're ready. I'm done. 1. I saw Lenny just repeat that part where you kip up and turn your body. That's the hard part. You got to use bringing your hand back to your hip to help turn your body. It's your whole body that does that movement. So you can't think of just turning your shoulders or just picking your foot up. You have to unify the whole thing into that turn. That's the whole point. I saw Ishwa just went back over it again too. So that's the part. That's why we're doing this set. That's the part that you have to practice. You have to do over and over again to get comfortable. Not only comfortable, you want to be able to generate force on that punch. So it's not about comfort. It's about being in the right position so you can transfer the power of your punch. All right, ready? 2. 3. 4. 5. Okay, so we're going to do 5 more. So if we think about kata, that kata as a whole, in general, is an exaggeration of everything that we would need in combat. It's an exaggeration of our stances. It's an exaggeration of perfection of blocks. Because when you're sparring, you do middle blocks and downward blocks, but they're not perfect, right? But in kata, what we're doing is practicing the perfect version of this. So as you turn to do that upper block, exaggerate that turn. Get your full hip into that turn so when you're coming back with the punch, you're actually punching as hard as you can. So think about the whole goal of everything that we do is an exaggeration. All right, so we're on 5. Ready? 6. 7. 'I'm waiting on Samhita, and her leg is itching like crazy. 8. 9. 10.
Go.
Thank you, Kelly. Great job. So, Angie, I'm going to put you on. Unmute yourself for me.
Okay.
Right. Let me say good things about you first. So, Angie did a great video on breaking up the sets of Quick Form 4. And I piggybacked that. I don't know, some of you may have seen it because I did a watch party the other day. And she had also done a video on the Iron Butterfly. So I piggybacked that and ran the two of them together. So what I want you to do, Angie, is do the hook kick punch that you do at the end of the form.
Okay.
But instead of just doing that one side, do it on both sides. So do one side 10 times and then do the other side.
Okay.
All right. So before Angie goes, she makes mention on the video about hook kicking with her heel, which is valid and for sure. That kick is very hard to control. So in competition, I always warn students that not to hit with their heel, but to hit with the bottom of their foot. Because with that, you can flex your foot and sort of slap the person in the head without knocking them out. If you hit with your heel, it's really hard to control that power. So you should practice both ways. Angie likes to kick with her heel, so you'll see that she's kicking with her heel. And that's great. I just want everybody to be aware of doing it both ways, because one's a safety thing for competition. All right, Angie, you're on.
Okay. So turn into a right fighting stance. You're gonna step behind. Take the leg that's in the front. Pick up. Hook kick. And you're gonna control the hook kick. Set your foot down in a good front stance and reverse punch. So once again, step behind, lift, hook kick, control, land into a good front stance, and then reverse punch. You ready? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5,
Hold on, Angie. Hold on a second. I stopped her in mid-kick. All right, so let's watch Angie's kick. Angie, do the kick again. So pretend that somebody's standing in front of her and watch where her heel goes. Go. So she started before the person's head, and her foot went all the way through her head. Most of you are doing pretty good, but when you're not doing a real good kick, what you're doing is hacking. Your foot comes up to the target and you're dropping immediately. You're not following through the kick. So if your opponent moves their head away from you at all, because you're aiming at the back of their head, if their head moves away from you at all, you missed them. If you hack, you have to go through the kick because you have to follow them as they duck their head away from you. All right, Angie, let's do 5 more of those.
Okay. 1, 2, 3,
That looks a lot better.
4, the other side. The other side. 1, 2,
Everybody watch Angie again. You can see it even more on this side. See how she went through the target. Thank you, Angie.
3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9,
Good work. I'm going to put you on, Allie. Unmute yourself for a second. I'm going to demonstrate something, and I'm going to let you do the repetitions of it.
Okay.
So after we've done the throw in Wansu, I'm going to do the next 2 sets. So I'm going to, first of all, pivot on my feet. So I'm not taking a step here. This foot is not moving out to here. I'm on the throw, and I'm just pivoting so that I can see to my left. Because if I was in my stance here, I would have a hard time turning my head far enough to see to my left unless I pivot my feet. Then I'm going to step into the next move and block. And this is what we're working on. This hand and the block is connected to your step. So you step, like we did with the middle blocking, foot form 1, and turn your hip into that block. And as soon as you finish that block, that engages the knee. That's the next move. You set it back down and punch. Now I'm going to pivot so that I'm looking towards you, and I'm going to do the block again going the other way. So again, the block and my leg are connected. So as I step, I turn my hip into the block. As soon as the block finishes, it engages my knee, and then punch. So what I'm saying is that these are not separated. You don't step and then block. You take a big step, enough to get a wide front stance, or a front stance anyway. And because you're doing that, it brings your block all the way over to here. As soon as you finish the block, engage the knee, punch. Pivot, look, hand and leg together. block, knee, punch. Okay, Allie's going to do that for you. Right, Allie?
Yes, that's correct. So get into a horse stance, and then I'm gonna count them off.
Yeah, just count off each side is like 1, and then 2 on the other side.
Like stop in the middle, like after I've done one of the kicks, and say 2.
I'll cut. Yeah, that's right.
Okay. 1. 2.
Good work.
Ready? 1. 2.
Keep the blocks firm though. Don't block soft. Block the same speed and power that you're moving your leg.
3. 2. 4. 2. 5. 2. 6. 2. 7. 2. 8. 2. 9. 2. 10. 2.
Bill, you're muted.
Sorry. All right. So Raina's going to lead us through this, but I'm going to demonstrate it first, and then I'm going to have her lead you through it. So we're in one soon. We did a shin scrape double punch, and our left foot is forward. All right. So I'm going to bring my back foot up to my front foot. My arms have not moved. Now I'm going to step over to my right. As I step to my right, I bring my left hand with. So again, I was here. I stepped up. Then I moved my left hand and my right foot at the same time. From that position, and in the horse stance, I lift up and do the snap side kick. Then I switch my guard to the other side, look, and I'm going to do the snap side kick here. Here, when I land, I'm going to land, whoa, here. Let me do that again because that wasn't a good one. So I'm going to look, kick, and land at attention. Bring my hands over to my right side and open them up, and then step home. All right, so again, from here, bring my back foot up, step over, snap, set it down, look, snap, and end up at attention. Step forward with your left. One more time. From here, I step up and over, snap, switch my guard, snap, at attention, hands over to the other side and open them, and then step forward. And this block comes from my hip, like that. It's not this. It comes from my hip. Okay. All right. So Raina's going to go through those. Let me get her up on the screen. Hold on one second.
Okay.
All right. So Raina, back up a little bit. Push Sanjay back. And let's do 10 of those. Everybody pay attention. Excuse me. To
Okay.
pay attention to your punches, too. Make sure they're down the middle. All right, Raina, go.
1,
You stepped forward with the wrong foot at the end, Sanjay. All right. Raina, pay attention to your hands. I think you pulled your hands over too soon that time. Let's see it again.
2,
Hold on a second. Hold on. Back. Let me go again. Okay, so I'm here. Raina, wait for me for a second.
okay.
All right, let me show you it again. Hold on. Okay. So we want to be really precise. Again, this is an advanced class, and we're working on the precision of this. So watch me do this again. I bring my back foot up. My arms haven't moved. This arm moves when my leg moves. And all it does is come over to my right side, like that. Then I do the kick. I look the other way, and I just switch my hands to the other side. Okay, there's no grabbing. There's no grabbing that. There's no bringing your hands out here. All right? It's here, over, kick. Switch your hands, kick. Bring your hands over to this side, and as you step forward, this block comes from the hip.
Is he doing the opposite?
Obviously. So it's going to be this.
All right, hold on. I got to get Raina back on the screen. All right, Raina. You're in a left front stance to start. Okay, go.
Start from 1?
Yeah.
Yep.
Okay. 1,
Oh, that's what it is. You're kicking the wrong way first.
Okay. Are you doing it opposite when you showed me?
Yes.
No, I'm not. So you're in a left front stance. Come up. Bring your hands over to your right side. Kick left. Switch your hands. Kick right. Then step forward to the left. That's,
Okay.
all right. Now start at 1.
1. 2. 3.
Let's choose it together.
4. 5. 6. 7. 8. 9.
Second.
Samhita. Sorry, I had my mic off. Samhita.
I'm unmuting myself.
Okay. Round kick, spinning back kick on both sides.
Round kick, spinning back kick?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay. 1.
Very good. Hold on 1 second. Hold on.
Okay.
All right. So you see Samhita turn her head around to look for her target. And Samhita, you may have spun a little bit too much. Make sure you're kicking backwards.
Okay.
All right. But it's really important, everybody, look for your target. Let's see it.
Okay. 1. 2. 3. 4. Do I do it the other way too?
Yeah, that's right. Do it the other way.
One,
That's the same way, Sammy. Turn around. Turn around, Sam. There you go.
one, two, three, four,
If you feel like you're falling off the back of that kick, the second kick, you're spinning around too much.
okay,
So if you everything, if you feel like that when you do the spinning back kick, you're falling backwards, then you're spinning around too much. Okay? Let's try a few.
from 1 or 5? Should I do it all over again?
5.
Okay. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10.
Thank you.
You're welcome.
Mute yourself for me. Okay, one point here before we end class on the spinning back kick. I mentioned this before. I'm going to have Kelly get on this side. So when I would do a spinning back kick, to be successful at it, it works the best as a counterattack. So off her round kick. So if she was round kicking me, first of all, she would be close enough to me if she's going to round kick me to hit me. So that means that she wouldn't throw a round kick at me from way back here because she can't reach me. So that changes the way that I have to do the kick. Because if I'm in her range to do the round kick, that's where her leg's going to be when she hits me with a round kick. So I'm going to spin inside of this and hit her with a back kick. So you see, I don't have a whole bunch of room. So when I spin, I have to spin, look for where my target is, and then chamber like my leg and get it into that target. So what I can't do is turn all the way around like this, because then I don't have enough room for my leg. So I have to spin and stop the spin here so that I can get into the target. So you might be thinking, well, she's still too close. Well, she wouldn't be if I was hitting her. She'd back up to try to get away from the kick. So you don't have the luxury of having a whole bunch of room to do that spinning. You do if you're chasing somebody down with those kicks. But there's a lot of chasing going on and not a lot of good contact going on when people attack that way during the kick. When the kick scores is on spinning back kicks off of a counterattack from a round kick. So that's where you want to practice. All right, good class tonight. So we're in contact with people from the recreation department, not directly with the director, but with one of the people, long-time part-time worker that works like the window, and over at Leonard. His name is George. So Brown, rather. So he's been there for years and years and years. So he contacted the director from Brown, and we're not going to be able to use their facility, even their outside facility, like the soccer field at Leonard. So one of my friends that teaches in Knoxville had an outside class. And I know some of the other instructors are leaning towards outside classes, especially since it got warm and if it doesn't rain on us. But we need a location that we can do that. So everybody keep that in mind, and if you come up with some ideas of something that might work, we still might need to check to make sure that we're not infringing on somebody. But if you come up with some ideas, forward those to me or Mr. Phelps or Mr. Kaplan and or Kelly, and then we'll act on it and look forward to that. I'm going to be Mr. Phelps is going to be covering the class next week, and we're working on the logistics of hooking up. But anyway, everybody did really good Tuesday night. My internet went out. There was no way that I could get on, so I contacted Mr. Phelps on the phone, and we were able to keep the meeting going. And so I'm proud of everybody for doing a great job. We're done tonight, so everybody come to attention. Why do we follow the rules?
Because it's the right thing to do.
Thank you. Who's number one?
I am.
Thank you. Have a good evening, everyone.
Thanks, you too.
Thank you, Master Bill. Thanks, Kelly.
Well, great class, everybody.
Great class yourself, Bill. Really good.
Bye. Thank you.
Hey, everyone.
Thank you. Bye.
Good to see you, Alec.
No, that,
What?
no, that. Without going to your calendar.
So long.
Lo cancelar.
I'm ending this meeting. Thanks for coming, everybody. Good to see you, Craig.
See you
It's
soon.
finished.
Bye, guys.
Bye-bye.